truth with every word, it's all truth word. truth for. You don't need a halo to know where to go. Unite in a fight and it's the best to show. If you don't believe me, watch this video. It's truth with every word, it's all truth for.
All right. How we doing, folks? Welcome back to Old Truthford, the home of honestly biased sports content. Today, we are going to be covering all of the latest Manchester United news, including Paul Scholes taking fire at Ruben Amorim and INEOS. What do we think of this? So, just bear with me and I'll get it up on the screen. Okay, so here are a few quotes from the man himself, Paul Scholes. So, let me just move over here. Let me just share this with you, folks, if I can. Okay, here we go. So, Paul Scholes rips into Ruben Amorim and Manchester United's management. Here's what he had to say. So, I don't think this manager just gets this club, full stop. So, I mean, starting off with a pretty ballsy comment there is Paul Scholes, just saying Amorim doesn't understand the club at all. I mean, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy how Amorim's stock has taken such a hit, given the fact that he has been subbing on a few defenders rather than subbing on, I don't know, youth like Lacey or Mainu, or just attackers in general. I mean, I think somebody made the point that against West Ham he brought on 4 defenders. But what's crazy to me is that Amorim was known for his attacking football. Like, if you go back and see Amorim at Sporting Lisbon, he didn't play defensive first football. I mean, he was playing pretty full, free-flowing football. So it's interesting to see so many people saying that he's a defensive-minded coach now when he's known for his attacking way of playing. But I digress. So Paul Scholes is saying that Amorim doesn't get this club, full stop. He says, I just don't think he's the right man. Manchester United's about risk and entertainment more than anything. At home especially. Having fans on the edge of their seat. Effing ready to go. I mean, again, Paul Scholes digging into Amorim here and the fact that he doesn't play exciting football, even though we have seen some of the most exciting games under Amorim. I mean, just look at that Lyon game, for example. But yeah, Paul Scholes very, very, very upset with what Ruben Amorim is bringing to the table, supposedly. Let's see what else he's had to say. Wingers who beat people. Okay, well, obviously, Cunha does like to beat a man. We know that. And Mbeumo also likes to beat a man. Are they the most, I don't know, skillful players? Cunha? Yeah. Maybe not Mbeumo as much, but still. Even though we're playing with cams, it doesn't have to be wingers, does it? Edvin, howdy mate. First time we interact since the Europa League final. I think great to see you're still on here doing your thing. I've missed this piece of news, to be honest. You missed it, man. No way. But yeah, no, good to see you as well, Edvin. Welcome back. I mean, I'm glad that you're coming back during happier times rather than the Europa League final. Because that probably would have been one of the most depressing streams in Old Truthford history. But yeah, man. Good to see you. So Yeah. Paul Scholes has had this to say on Amorim. Wingers who beat people, shots on goal, bits of skill. Now, I mean, I'd like to highlight number one, shots on goal, given the fact that I think United are. What are we? I think we're first, second, or third for shots on goal. I think we're first. We might actually be first in the league for shots on goal, and yet Paul Scholes is highlighting the fact that we used to be known for shots on goal. So I don't know what he's really getting at there. Makes no sense. Bits of skill again, like I said, Cunha, Fernandez, Ahmad. I mean, we see bits of skill all the time. Even Mason Mount outside of the boot passes to Cunha. Was it to Cunha or was it to Mbuemo in against Wolves? I mean, to say we're not seeing skill anymore makes no sense. There's nothing there. That's from the club. We talk about this as a different club. They've got Omar Barada. They've got Jason Wilcox, who are probably brilliant at their job, brilliant at what they do. They're not Man United. Guys, can anyone actually translate? Like, anyone who actually agrees... Johnny, good to see you, by the way. If anyone agrees with what Paul Scholes is saying here, can somebody educate me on what he's saying? Like, honestly, I don't understand what he means by Omar Barada and Jason Wilcox, probably brilliant at their job, brilliant at what they do. They're not Man United. Like, do Manchester United board members come out of a lab? Do we grow them? Do they come off trees? How do we get these board members that Paul Scholes is talking of? I fully agree with Scholes, to be honest, apart from when he called Wilcox good at his job. Wow, Johnny Hill. Okay. Johnny Hill is dying on that hill, I guess. This is not a hill to die on, Johnny Hill, if I can get my words out. Okay. Why do you believe in anything that Paul Scholes is saying? Because, I mean, we've got Omar Barada, who was Manchester City's what? What was he at Manchester City? Omar Barada, role at Man City. Was he CEO at Man City? Or was he... No, Chief of Football Operations. So he was Chief Football Operations Officer for the City Group. I mean, I think he's more than qualified to be a CEO at Manchester United, given the experience that he's had over at City and the success that he's gone through. But Jason Wilcox, why do you not believe in Jason Wilcox? Not in agreement, but he's saying that they haven't been a part of the fabric and history of what makes United United. But who else would have been an option? Like, what I don't understand is that some fans who do agree with what Paul Scholes is saying were also the same fans who said, oh, okay, we're just giving jobs to the boys. Like, we're letting Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Carrick and McKenna take control of Manchester United. Like, I don't understand how you can kind of eat your cake and have it too. I mean, do we want to give just exclusively players who have played for Man United the jobs, or do we want to recruit within Manchester United? Do we want to look outside of Manchester United for the best qualified people? I don't know. I don't know what people are actually asking for. Well, because to be honest, before Scholes comes out with this stuff, I've said before in this chat too, I think that I don't think Amorim's a Man United manager. You have said that, Johnny. Johnny, I will back you there. You have been consistent with not supporting Amorim. Also, on the Wilcox and Barada stuff, I just think they haven't done research into the history of the club. I heard about some no D-head policy, but that seems like a tap-in. I mean, why... I mean, how do you think that they actually got the job from Sir Jim Ratcliffe, who is a supposedly lifelong Manchester United fan, if Jason Wilcox and Omar Barada couldn't impress them with what they believe Manchester United should be, or even knew somewhat of the history of Manchester United? I mean, I don't know, man. I think it's a stretch, personally. What else did he have to say? So, we talk about this as a different club. By the way, guy, I can't even speak. It's been a long day. Okay, by the way, guys, I am going to be releasing a pretty big video on Sunday going through every single reason why Ruben Amorim will be a success at Manchester United, and the fans just need to be a little bit patient. So if you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. The video will be top tier, I guarantee you. And it'll be filled with stats, not just opinions, stats that no other creator is talking about right now. I've dug into the weeds, guys. I've dug into the weeds. I've always said it, as long as Neville and Scholes have... I've always said it, as long as Neville and Scholes have a media presence, we won't win anything major. I don't think Neville is as bad. I have noticed a lot more negative things coming from Paul Scholes, if I'm being completely honest. I think, obviously, Neville did come out with those comments on Šeško, which I think were necessary. I mean, he'd scored 2 goals and got an assist and played, like, what, 2 or 3 games? I do think that what Neville was saying was accurate. I mean, he did say that it looks like Šeško's taken a bit longer to adapt than Cunha and Mbuemo, which makes sense. I mean, them two are Premier League proven players. Obviously, it will take Šeško a bit longer to adapt, but it kind of bordered on the line of, why are you saying this? Are you just saying this to fill airtime? Because realistically, at the end of the day, Šeško had 2 goals and assists at that point. I don't know if Cunha even had a goal at that point. So it seemed like Gary Neville was kind of just picking on the young striker that we hired, that we signed for a lot of money. So I can understand why some people think that Neville is a bit negative, but I think Scholes doesn't hide it. Scholes is outright negative United right now. Where are we? To be honest, though, I think a lot of Sir Jim's hires were on the basis of seeing these people can do cheap deals. Also with Barada, it seems he spends more time talking about financials, lol. Well, that's what the chief executive officer does. I mean, he does focus on the business of Manchester United more than anything else. I mean, think of the previous CEOs, Woodward. It's not like he was too arsed talking about the players, was he? I mean, like, he was just talking about finances, commercial deals, all of that sort of stuff. To me, Amorim has to get it right this season. Whatever that entails, it's up for debate. Personally, I need to see improvements on a consistent basis, and definitely Europe, if not Champions League. So I can prove to you, Edvin FIFA, that we have consistently improved under Ruben Amorim, and that will be revealed on the video that comes out on Sunday. But I agree, he does have to get it right this season. I personally would be shocked if we don't get top 4. I'm very much in the camp of being confident that we're going to get top 4 this season. So maybe if we get top 5, I'd start to question a few things with Ruben Amorim, but I think we will get top 4 this season. Fergie only succeeded because former players didn't talk a lot of time, and just was happy to see the team get small success. I mean, that's true as well, sure, but that's the nature of the beast. I mean, Fergie didn't have to deal with bloody social media and all of this sort of stuff, and the expectations of being one of the biggest clubs in the world. I mean, we obviously were one of the biggest clubs in the world before Fergie, but Fergie just amplified that to a different level. So the expectations are so much higher of Manchester United now than they were back in Fergie's day. So to compare the two, it's harder. I personally think, I don't know, actually, I would need to look back to see what tough conditions Fergie raised Manchester United to the team that they are today. But it's an interesting question. Is it harder for Manchester United to be successful now than it was when Fergie first became manager? Yes or no? That's a very interesting question that would need a lot of historical data to look at. I think what Scholes should be more focusing on, though, is that there's a leadership team in United's squad full of complete losers. And even if I believe the academy is better than main team, they will be negatively affected by first team leadership. Yeah, I think I agree with that, Johnny. I think in all honesty, the players should take the brunt of things right now, but it seems like everyone's just avoiding giving them criticism for some reason. And yeah, I do think that another point that you raised there, that the squad is full of losers and stuff like that. I do believe that they should be removed. They should be removed very swiftly, and that's where INEOS comes in. I mean, we've seen how many players leave the club last season. I mean, if not on full deals with loans, with obligations to buy. I mean, I think we saw like 6 or 7 players leave. So to think that we're going to just all of a sudden be this amazing team after 8 first team or squad / first team players leave is wishful thinking in my opinion. But I do think that we can get top 4. I do believe that we can if Amorim plays his cards right. There is another fan channel who said it best: the class of '92 is just afraid of becoming irrelevant. If a new United start to win major trophies and start becoming successful, I don't agree with that, Eshaw, because I think for what the class of '92 did, I mean, they're cemented in history. I don't think it's a case of them worrying about their legacy or anything like that. What I think it is that they want a job after football. They're pundits. They've got to have something to talk about as a pundit, otherwise people just won't care what they say. So they say edgy stuff. That's it. I mean, as a pundit, your job is to say things that a lot of people aren't saying or aren't thinking about. Now, you can do the hard work of looking at the data, looking at what people are saying, look at how it can be interpreted, like a lot of fan channels do, or you can do the lazy thing and live off of reputation and just say stuff like, well, when I was playing, it was like this, so I don't understand why it's like that, or why it's not like that anymore, blah, 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 and then just cue, people don't know what Manchester United's about. I do because I played in the team, blah, blah, blah. Like, I mean, that's what all they do. Like, they don't research these points. I mean, you're not going to see bloody Paul Scholes looking up stats. I mean, and evidence of that is right here. I mean, he's talking about wingers who beat people, shots on goal. We're top in the league for shots on goal. We are literally first, I believe. And if we're not first, we're second or third. So he doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't know what he's talking about, Paul Scholes. Which sounds, I know, crazy for me to say because he's literally a legend of this club. But his comments are contradictory with the facts that are in front of our eyes. Shocked if we don't get top 4, really. I have Arsenal, City, Chelsea, Villa, and probably Liverpool ahead right now. Liverpool are definitely not ahead of us because they've still got to deal with the Mo Salah issue. And I saw a report today that he's going to be involved in the squad, but at the same time, is he going to be sold? Is he not going to be sold? Because he's going to want to play games. Villa, I think Villa statistically are outperforming what they should be doing. So I don't think that that's sustainable. And I think Villa will drop off eventually. Chelsea, I think they're not that good either. I mean, I think before the red card, even in the Chelsea game that we played against them, we were playing them off the pitch. Again, that's 10 minutes of football. But from what I've seen from Chelsea, not very consistent. Are they a good attacking side? Yes. But are they an overall balanced team? I don't think so. Liverpool, really. I do have a question, admin. Where would Amorim have to finish this season for you to say, right, I've seen enough? That's a good question, Johnny. That's a good question. I'd probably say 9th or 10th. Anything below 8th, I think I'd have to... Even me, I'd be like, yeah, he's got to go. Amorim's got to go. But at the same time, I would still question him if he finished like 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. Anything below 6th, I'd probably begin to question him. But 9th or 10th, I'd probably be on the, okay, Amorim doesn't know what he's doing. Or he's just going to run out of time. Maybe he does know what he's doing, or he's just going to run out of time. Because I do not believe a top quality European coach just suddenly forgets how to be a coach after 12 months of poor football when he's got an aging squad where 7 of those players aren't even good enough to play for the team, and they end up leaving in the summer. So yeah. I said maybe, sure, if I get it right, they have a better squad than ours. To be fair to Scholes, though, he doesn't really hold back on anyone, and him being an academy player himself, I can't blame him for his emotion. Yeah, no, fair enough. Fair enough. I can understand because he was one of the players that was raving about Kobe Mainoo, so I do think that there's a bit of bias there where he thinks, oh, okay, like, I'm invested in this kid's future, and now Amorim's just like tossing him aside. Apparently, we don't even know yet if Mbeumo, Ahmad, and Mazraoui can play against Bournemouth. Lol. Maybe I'll get my wish and see Mainoo play some games. I hope we don't see Ugarte. If we have to watch Ugarte, I'm going to be... I don't know. Maybe Ugarte starts better than he finishes, because whenever he comes on as a sub, mate, like, our record when Ugarte is on the pitch as a sub is ridiculous. I think it's we've conceded 14 goals out of our 24 goals conceded, something like that, the entire season when Ugarte is on the pitch. And given the fact he's only played 350 minutes, I think that goes to show that we do not keep clean sheets when Ugarte is on the pitch. Johnny Hill, where was his criticism of Ole? Show me one quote and clip. That's a very good point, Eshaw. That's a very good point. But based on what Paul Scholes is saying here in his United manifesto, I mean, it kind of goes to say that he couldn't say anything negative against Ole, because according to him, Ole was playing the exact football that Manchester United should be playing. I mean, wingers, edge of your seat, I mean, shots on goal. We did all of that under Ole. So, I mean, Paul Scholes is staying consistent in a way. Ole had us in third, then second place, so at the time he wasn't going to criticise Ole. Okay, but Ole's last season, Gary and Scholes were just saying, give him time, but with Erik ten Hag, one poor result, get him gone. That is very true. That is very true. I mean, that is documented how biased Neville and Scholes were being. In hindsight, though, we have gotten way worse since then. We've gotten worse, but that's not saying that, oh, okay, things would have got better with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. The thing that annoyed me with Ole's era is the fact of all of these Manchester United fan channels who were just adamant on playing Donny van de Beek, even though whenever he came on, he did absolutely nothing. Whenever he started a game, he did absolutely nothing. And a part of me is worried that we're doing the same thing with Mainoo now, but even then, we've seen more from Mainoo than we saw from Van de Beek, so I can see why people are still sticking to their guns and supporting Mainoo. Gents, if you haven't already, drop a like on the stream and subscribe if you are new. Where are we? As for Scholes being a great footballer, doesn't equate to him being a spokesperson for today's game, since it's moved so much and will continue to do so. Very true, Edvin. If we have to watch Ugarte, I'll be turning my TV off. The Casemiro Ugarte midfield stinks of broken legs and no possession. Why would we play Casemiro and Ugarte though? Do people think that Bruno's going to move up? Because I don't think he's going to move up the pitch. I don't think Amorim's going to move him to Cam. I think Fernandes will stay put as a midfielder, even during AFCON. I back Amorim a lot, usually, but bringing on Ugarte ahead of Kobe every single game is beyond me. Well, recently, I mean, you look at the Wolves game, you look at the Everton game, we're seeing Kobe get more minutes, but I just want that to be consistent now. I don't want us to go back to Ugarte because, sweet Jesus, man, we can't go back. We can't go back. I mean, I understand Mainoo has defensive frailties as well, but those stats are shocking for Ugarte. Like, they're so bad that we can't ignore it anymore. Like, he just can't be allowed to continue this. With Kobe, I don't understand what he's done to warrant a starting spot. Again, good point, Eshaw. I completely agree. Okay, he represented England at a young age. He scored an FA Cup final. and goals against Liverpool and Wolves. He's done a lot for the club. I mean, even if it's... I think what I'd argue is that he's not done enough to warrant a starting spot this season because Casemiro has played very well. Fernandes has played very well. But what I would argue is Kobe does deserve more minutes. Like, he deserves more minutes than Ugarte. All the minutes that bloody Ugarte has got should be going to Kobe Mainoo. That's what I personally believe. Anyway. Sure, you've got to remember that he worked his way into the starting 11, then did the same thing for England, which is very hard to do usually for young players. I think Bruno has to move up with Mbeumo at AFCON and mount an injury risk. Now, I think what will happen... I'm going to do a video as well on our AFCON, how to survive AFCON, but I believe that... Let's see. I believe that Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro in the midfield. Then up top, I think we've got Šeško, we've got Xerxes, we've got Cunha. I think Xerxes and Cunha, I mean, and we've even got Mount. I mean, I think Mount / Xerxes will share the minutes, and Cunha and Šeško are just going to be staples of that front three. So, yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Obviously, we get one injury, it gets a bit more difficult. Maybe we bring in Bruno then, but until we get an injury, I don't see us having to change that. With Mainoo, he's struggling to understand his role in the pivot. He acts like McTominay or Fred when playing in the pivot. He's hiding from receiving the ball. He's not asking for the ball. I don't think Mainoo's hiding from the ball, mate. I don't think you can brand Mainoo with that. I think it's more of a case of him just being an attack-minded player, so he doesn't have the most defensive instincts. And when we do lose the ball, it's more of a case of getting back. Kobe Mainoo, as we know, isn't the quickest of players. And sometimes if you are defensively minded, you don't have to be the quickest of players. Like we've seen it with Casemiro about his defensive positioning, all of this sort of stuff. Like Casemiro is not fast, and yet he can play in the midfield in a Premier League side. Mainoo is quicker than Casemiro, but because he's not as defensively aware as him, he can't play in that pivot because it's going to look like Casemiro is covering more ground than Kobe Mainoo is. All because of his positioning. Tell that to Sir Bobby, who played back three. Tell what to Sir Bobby, DV? With Ugarte and Mainoo, they play different roles. I think Amorim sees Mainoo, if in the pivot, as a Bruno replacement, and Ugarte as the Casemiro, more of a DM player. Yeah, 100%. I mean, Mainoo is a creative player. If you look at his stats, I mean, I can't get them up on screen right now, but I can read them out for you. So, Kobe Mainoo's stats. I mean, progressive carries is in the top 82% of midfielders. Successful take-ons in the top 90%. Touches in the attacking penalty area, 3.26. So he's good in tight spaces around the penalty area. Progressive passes, 3.9. So yeah. And pass completion could be a bit higher, only 85%. But that goes to show that he's risking more passes. He's playing more balls forward. That's his game. That's where he excels. But then you look at his defensive stats, interceptions, 0.35 per 90, which puts him in the bottom 3%. Blocks, 1.06, puts him in the bottom 43%. Clearances put him in the bottom 24%. Like, it's not like Amorim hates the guy. It's just the stats are clearly in our face. I mean, Mainoo is not a defensive player. He's not a defensive player. So to put him and Fernandes in there puts the whole back line at risk. So yeah, it's a hard one. Double I, good to see you, man. Hope all's well. Where are we? Johnny Hill. I just wish we had a midfielder like Baleba or Anderson, because I love the idea of a fluid front three of Cunha, Mbeumo and Bruno, then Mainoo and one of the two I named next to him we would be solid. I just don't think we're going to see that though, because what happens to Šeško in that dream, Johnny? What happens to Šeško then? Admin, what would your strategy be for the January transfer window? Are you looking to get a semi-decent price midfielder in, or perhaps a new wing-back? Personally, again, I haven't thought too much about the transfer window just yet, but I do like the idea of us selling Xerxes to Roma, somehow buying Semenyo, who can play either as a wing-back or can play as a cam, and putting Kobe Mainu on loan, and then signing a midfielder on loan. I don't know who that midfielder would be. I understand that Amorim's come out and he said that he just wants like long-term players. He doesn't want loan players. But at the same time, I think this is a difficult situation to balance. I don't think we are going to sign a long-term midfielder in January. I just don't see how that's possible with how much it's going to cost. So yeah, that's what I would do personally. If Roma were 100% serious of, okay, we want Xerxes, we want a loan with an obligation to buy. I'm taking that every day of the week if it's around like 40 mil. Semenyo's clause to get him away from Bournemouth, I believe, is 60 million for the first week of a transfer window. So bring in Semenyo, 60 mil, sell Xerxes for 40 mil. Okay, we're in negative 20. Then maybe send Mainu on that loan deal to Napoli, add a loan fee in there for like 5 mil, maybe 3 mil, 5 mil. So then we're at a negative 17 mil. Then we bring in a loan player. I don't know who, a loan midfielder, because realistically they're not going to play much. Maybe, I know a lot of people are talking about Gallagher. I haven't looked too much into Gallagher, so I don't know if that'd be a good option or not, but somebody in that mold, if that makes sense. But there's a lot of moving parts to all of that business. So, like, for example, Semenyo would have to be happy playing left wing back or maybe cam. I don't know if Semenyo would be happy with that, but Ahmad doesn't defend that much. Obviously, he does have more defensive responsibilities than he would have as a natural winger, but I think Semenyo could do bits on that left hand side. But again, that's fantasy, really. Realistically, are we going to do much? I don't know. When I'm saying hide from the ball, is while we are in possession, he doesn't look to progress the ball through carries or passes. But I think he's probably been advised to not do that when in possession. I think that's what he's trying to show to Amorim. He's trying to show that he can be that more defensive midfielder. But yeah, I don't know. To be honest, Ishor, with that. I don't know why Kobe just doesn't like this system. Statement from Scholes, who said back three is not United way. Tell that to Sir Bobby, who played back three. Good point, DV. Good point. The Tyler Adams and Gallagher stuff scares me though, because they seem like signings Sir Jim would love as well. I don't think they're signings what Sir Jim would like. Like, how old is Conor Gallagher these days? Conor Gallagher, okay, he's still 25, but at the same time, I don't think that's what INEOS are about. Gotta go, drop the like, keep it up. Until next time. Cheers, Edvin, man. Godspeed. I think we went from Šeško way too early. And if I could have sacrificed for Šeško signing for a Baleba, then I would do it 10 times over. I don't know. I think signing Baleba means the nail in the coffin for Kobe Mainoo's career at Man United. So I can understand why they didn't do it last summer. And we went for forwards, because our biggest problem last season was finishing. Now our biggest problem is balance. It's balance for the overall team, because we're scoring. Our attacking stats are the best in the league. Like, the attacking signings that we made have clearly worked out, but our defensive stats, some of the worst in the league. So we need a defensive midfielder now. I can understand why they went with attack first, because if we didn't have the attack that we have now, and we did just have Baleba, I honestly think that we'd be maybe like 10th in the league, 11th, 12th, maybe. We needed to improve our attack, so I can see why they've done that. I'd love a player like Semenyo, but I'm just imagining the negotiations. Please, Semenyo, come and join us. We'll play you left wing back. Yeah, I think he's sure doing a bit of waffling because Mainu is known for his ball carrying. If he's in Casemiro's position, then it's probably instructions. I don't know. But let's just finish off this Scholes quote, and then we'll call it a night there, folks. So this is what he had to say. That scared the shit out of me, that notification. We talk about this as a different club. They've got Omar Barada, they've got Jason Wilcox, who are probably brilliant at their job, brilliant at what they do. They're not Man United. They don't have a clue what it's like to buy a Manchester United player to bring a Manchester United manager in. I just don't understand. Who does then? Do we have to bring back the person who appointed Sir Alex Ferguson? Like, what is he talking about to bring a Manchester United manager in? Who is the person qualified for that? I just don't understand anything that he's saying. I can understand Manchester United player, maybe. But again, who knows what a Manchester United player is? Maybe former players, you could argue, because they played with them. But what does he mean by to bring a Manchester United manager in? Insane. If you go to Sporting Lisbon and watch they play three at the back, right away, that's no. Manchester United never do that, as DV highlighted in the comments. So Bobby played a back three, supposedly. They just can't. It's been proven over years and years and years, and I'm talking even before Sir Alex Ferguson. It was always about 4-4-1-1 or 4-4-2, entertaining people. He hasn't got that in him. He brought 4 defenders on against West Ham. If we go 1-0 up, the manager always said 2-3-4. I remember once, I think we were playing Chelsea, went 1-0 up and we sat back a little bit. Now, Chelsea were a good team. The manager went absolutely nuts after the game. That doesn't happen here. When you score 1, you go for 2. You go for the throw every single time. Go for the throat every single time. I just don't think he's getting it. And this is where, again, I disagree with Paul Scholes, because, I mean, I think he is getting it. I think it's just the fact that he doesn't have the options right now to bring off the bench. And people will say Kobe Mainu, obviously. I do think Kobe Mainu, I don't know, if we were winning games convincingly, let's say we were like 2-0 up, 2-0 up, something like that, and we were controlling the game, maybe Kobe Mainu would be getting more game time, and Fernandes would be being rested and given some minutes to rest. But because we're having to fight tooth and nail for all of these games, he doesn't have the time to give Kobe Mainu some development minutes. Like, he just doesn't have it. But yeah, folks, I will leave it there. Hope you all have a wonderful evening. Thank you for tuning in to the live stream. And yeah, shout out to the members. So shout out to Mr. Kiefer Bix, shout out to Mr. Ethan Johnson, Mr. Nick, the Dutch Destroyer, and Mr. Matty Scott, all the 4 horsemen who are helping to fund this Old Truther dream. If you are interested in becoming a member, click that join button, and I can add you to the title screen. You will get extra perks as well as a shout out at the end of every single live stream. But for now, Godspeed.